Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining me. Morning walk episode 65 coming to you from Bordeaux in the south of France. It's a spectacular day here. Super hot, 35 degrees. Sun beating down. And this place is amazing. Let's have a look around. G'day, welcome to Bordeaux, and this is like the Mirror of Water, which is a spectacular space just across from the Treasury building, essentially. And every couple of minutes, this sort of like false flat fills up with water, and you can see people all around like having the best time, just splashing in it, going crazy. And then after a few minutes, the water here will like drop down, disappear, and after a few more minutes, then these like little holes in the ground will start spitting out vapor. So it's kind of on this cycle that just goes on and on, which means you actually end up with spectacular photos, videos, and heaps of people just hanging out having fun, because today it's like 35 degrees, 36 degrees, stinking hot in Bordeaux. What a great way to get people outdoors and enjoying a bit of sunshine. Gee, the Europeans know how to do it right. This is a spectacular city. Really, Europe just kind of continues to always surprise you with the beautiful cityscapes and cafes, the amazing trees, rivers. It's just one of those places you don't have to go very far, an hour, a couple of hours, and you get something absolutely unique, completely different. Anyway, today, hanging out with a few friends, and main thing that I've been thinking about is like travel karma, right? We've got a whole load of kids with us, and friends of friends have basically lent us this big bike carrier for the day, so we can cruise around and check out the city. You can hear the background noise and the joy that it's giving. And it made me think, you know, like when you travel, those of you who have travelled a lot will know that there's this thing called travel karma, whereas if you do a good favour to somebody on your travels, you help them out, at some point that favour repays itself. So, God, the number of people that I've helped and bailed out from various situations and things over time while I've been travelling has been huge. And here's the payback. Getting to ride like a $5,000 child carrier bike around Bordeaux for a whole day. Hauling kids around, mind you. But it's spectacular. So, like, always look after people whenever you're travelling, because that goodwill will come back to you in unexpected and delightful ways downstream. Of course, you should probably just do that in life in general, shouldn't you? But God, out here, the travel karma gods are repaying me. Yeah, many years ago, I was backpacking around Europe, and this is like pre-iPhone days and before internet was really widely available, certainly before mobile internet was a big thing. And we used to have like Lonely Planet books, so like actual physical guidebooks that you would carry around. And basically what you would do is every time you got to a youth hostel, you would tear out the pages of the book that you didn't need and hand them on to other travellers. So let's say that I'd just come from Germany, I had my pages out of my Europe guidebook, and I would give them to somebody who was heading to Germany, but I was going to France next, so they would give me the section for France. And in this way, like, travellers were able to like take care of each other and share resources and share knowledge. And of course the internet's made that a lot easier in many ways, because you've got heaps of different resources and notice boards and everything like that. But to some extent, you know, that charm of physically handing somebody a section of a book was kind of like romantic, you know, like this, that kind of romantic moment of literally handing over a little bit of travel karma that you knew eventually would come back to you. And it was really beautiful for the spirit of backpacking back then. One thing I love about travelling is the peace and tranquility. How's the tranquility? The sound of children. It's awesome. Man, I got to admit, all I really knew about Bordeaux was that they made wine here. It's one of the world's leading winemaking regions, but I wasn't expecting this. Holy moly. Like this stuff, buildings, they're as good as anything you'd find in Paris. Absolutely spectacular, ornate architecture. It's beautiful. Another time I was following my favourite band around Europe, seeing a whole bunch of shows, and got to this one show and suddenly realised at like 11 PM or midnight after the show had finished that I didn't actually have any money left, and a whole bunch of the other guys were jumping in a car to head off somewhere, but I didn't have a car, I was on public transport. You know, without even hesitating, like a dozen grotty kids fresh out of a mosh pit basically opened their wallets and gave me $100, you know, not knowing if they were actually going to get that money back or not, but knowing that they would definitely get it back in one way or another, just through travel karma. And, you know, I guess from my point of view, I didn't even know if I was going to see those guys again, but I also knew that it was then my obligation to make sure that I repaid that favour, if not to those guys themselves, but then absolutely to other travellers at some other point in future. And I definitely have over the years. So all this stuff works out, right? I know some people like to keep a ledger and be, you know, follow up to make sure they've got exactly what's owed to them. I don't know, travel karma seems like a much more beautiful and fair way to actually do things. Much nicer way to live life. This is amazing, amazing. Enjoying it?
Love it.
How good is Bordeaux?
Awesome.
The Porte Caillou, which was built to defend Bordeaux back in the day when it was getting attacked by basically everything. It's one of those kind of crossroad cities of Europe where a lot of people came through to try and grab it. This is absolutely stunning piece of architecture, holy moly. And today we're riding through Le Charton, which is a sort of inner city part of Bordeaux. Beautiful cathedral, lots of awesome little shops and roadways. But you get to cruise around on this big funky porting, you call it, like tricycle. It's pretty epic. This is the Grand Hotel, one of the main places in Bordeaux, and then the Grand Theatre. Pretty awesome, huh? So apparently this is like the #1 bakery, boulangerie, in all of France in 2018, so a couple of years ago, but hey, let's go check it out. Oh yeah. Oh. Alright. That is awesome. Ah oui. Ah, ça fait plaisir. Yay. Loot. We'll check out this bad boy later when it's a little bit less hot. Anyway, it's been a spectacular day checking out Bordeaux, riding all around. Remember, if you're going travelling, always pay it forward and make sure you make the most of that travel karma. Anyway, all good stories end with ice cream. I'm going to head in there. Thanks for joining me on the morning walk. I'll see you next time.